on the Senate Appropriations Committee. Obviously, you know how important this funding is to a lot of people. The Trump administration is only funding about half of it. It's about $8 to $9 billion that are actually needed per month. Do you believe that they should find those funds elsewhere, like they've done for paying the military, like they've done for the WIC program, to fund all of SNAP so it doesn't disrupt the program for people who need it so badly?
There's a difference in the programs and the way they're funded. SNAP was a line item funding, and USDA, we didn't give the flexibility to react to it since it was funded at a certain set amount. You take DOW, Department of War now, and we give them a lot of money to build a flex in the time of emergency. Instead of just appropriating line for line on certain projects, we allow the flexibility in a case of emergency. So the Department of War was able to shift those funds because not paying the troops is an emergency. SNAP itself is very specific. I mean, you see how much we fund it. We debate on the amount to fund it every single year. And so that's why the courts were conflicting if the president had the authority or not to do this. I would suggest that if there was a president when we wasn't shut down, and if we weren't shut down, that the opposite, the opposing side, would probably scold the president for trying to use these extraordinary measures to fund the program. In this case, USDA said they have found some money that the program's not being. The contingency fund though wasn't designed for SNAP. It was designed in a case of an emergency for FEMA, like say in farmland. We had an additional large amount of farm crop insurance or something like that.
Think about these people who get the SNAP benefits. Right. If they're only paying out half of it, it disrupts how it gets paid out because they're not getting all of it. Right. They may not even get it on time. I mean, what do you say to the 240,000 people in Oklahoma who rely on SNAP benefits?
Well, I would
Should
say
they not find a way to pay all of it?
It's an easy way to pay all of it, Caitlin. Open the government back up. We're not asking the Democrats to do anything they haven't done before. Vote for the same CR they voted for 4 other times. That's simple. Why they're trying to put the blame on the President of the United States by saying that he should fund it? We are the funders of the government. We control the purse strings. Congress does, not the executive branch, the legislative branch. The best way to make sure those programs are funded is that we open the government back up.
Okay,
we're going to vote tomorrow for the 14th time for an opportunity for the Democrats to open it up. And guess what? Not half, but 100% of the SNAP program would be funded if the Democrats voted yes.
Well, and the president has started calling to get rid of the filibuster to basically bring this to an end. That was basically change the requirement of how many votes you need to get that passed. He said, get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the votes are not there. Which one do you agree with?
That's correct. The votes are not there to get to get away with the filibuster. I get people have a knee-jerk reaction and want to have extraordinary measures. The Democrats wanted to get rid of the filibuster. We wanted to get rid of the filibuster in the past. The truth is it's there to protect. But if you look at the difference, why the Democrats want to get rid of the filibuster and why we do, we want to get rid of it and the president wants to get rid of it so we can govern. When you start looking at the Democrats, what they would use it for is they would use it to pack the courts because that's why they tried to get rid of it last time. They would use it to federalize the elections. They were open about that in 21 why they wanted to end a filibuster. They would go after fossil energy. They would go after making Washington, D.C. a state. There's a difference between the way we want to govern and the way they want to change politics.
But when Democrats had the majority, they didn't get rid of the filibuster. So you're saying you want to keep the filibuster?
I'm saying the filibuster has a place because we probably wouldn't. I mean, chances are we need to win elections all the time. But the truth is we probably won't always be in the majority in the Senate. And when we're not in the majority, we enjoy the filibuster.
Right. And that was Kevin Cramer's point. He basically said that had the filibuster been gone, that it would have benefited Democrats way more than it would have benefited 100%.
Republicans. But there's an argument that the president is trying to make here is like if we're going to be in a shutdown and be dysfunctional, if the Democrats are going to continue to be disruptive and put politics over the people, then we might just need to start looking at what the filibuster rules are. Maybe there's some opportunities for us to look at that limiting the filibuster in the case, like just throwing some stuff out.
But you're against that.
If we were to look at it in a sense to say, if we were to look at it and say that, hey, okay, after the government is shut down for 10 days, maybe we could have limited ability to open the government back up and bypass filibuster. But to do it with filibuster as a whole, I don't think that's the right move right now.